a bitty bit, son of a bitty bit, son of a bitty bit, gun. You thought I was going to say son of a bitch, didn't you?
Hello and welcome to the You Run Podcast True Crime. My name is Scott.
I'm Heather, and also, who let you be in control of sound bites? Who lets you do these things?
We're talking about the pig farm. Porky Pig had to be here.
No. I'm Peppa Pig.
See, I thought of that, but Peppa Pig would probably hit us with a copyright strike.
If you played their stuff, yes, probably. Yeah,
I did have a moment where I was going to go do.
I don't like that show, Scott. I'm not a fan. It's like they look like a penis. I don't think it's good for kids. They just look a big old dick. Like I don't.
Yeah, they do. Also, Peppa's a really bad child who doesn't do anything.
Yes,
she's a terrible example.
Yes,
but Peppa could be a serial killer when she grows up. There is no restrictions to her childhood whatsoever.
We're more of a Bluey family over here. We like, I fucks with Bluey. I like that show's really sweet. I like it.
That show's brilliant. That's
yes.
Mom. Yeah, it's great.
Campbell sings that all the time. Anyways,
this is the true crime show where you pick the cases and you do that on our Instagram polls.
Yes.
We are constantly evolving this show, and we've reached a point where we've been away, we've come back, and part of the evolution of the show was me and Heather talking about how we deliver true crime to you. And we've decided to go with a new format. So instead of having sort of long form notes that we talk you through, and this happened, and then that happened, and then this happened, we've got sort of an overview of the case where we're going to give you the information. But this is very much going to be what me and Heather always wanted it to be. It's going to be me and Heather talking about true crime and you being part of the conversation and having an opinion as well.
Yes, 1000%. It just feels like before we were getting really close to getting to our goal of making it more loose, like a looser format, but we always tended to go back to being more structured, which is okay. That's fine. That does work. But we want to make it more of a casual conversationist where you feel like as a listener, you are also involved in our conversation. Like, even if it's in your mind, you're like, hey, I could chat with them too, because they're not making me feel like they're just throwing facts in my face. All right, the end of podcast.
Yeah, exactly that. And you can get involved in the show. You can leave us a voicemail on Instagram or on X. Send an audio DM, and we'll play that on the air. And we really want some of those as well, because it's been a long time since we've had involvement from you. So please come back to us. All the listeners are still here. They're just not calling anymore. So hopefully this new format will make them call us again.
Well, I think they got scared that maybe like they were like, oh, true crime's on a break. Because speaking of, like, I was talking to Mary and she was like, I'm so excited to finally get back to listening to the podcast as a regular, like one of the episodes I listen to, like when it comes out. And I was like, yeah, 100%. Like, we're coming back. It's getting close.
Yeah. Well, by the time this comes out, we'll have been out. We'll have already done one episode.
Yeah.
And a true crime extra. Today's case, we are looking at Robert Pickton, who's known as the Pig Farm Killer. He was active from 1978 to 2001. He was charged with 25 murders, convicted of 6, suspected for 4 more, confessed to 49, and told police that he wanted to hit 50 before he stopped. His exact words were, I wanted to hit the magic 50, but I never hit it. He is a bad, disgusting, vile, horrible little man.
There you go. You said it all. You said
it. Anyone who's watching, this is how vile and disgusting this horrible little sweaty man is. Yummy.
I mean, it's like, okay, we're not really trying to like bash someone's looks. Like,
oh no, I am. I'm bashing him. He looks like he smells like
he
looks like he lives on a pig farm.
Well, that's not a lie. And the crazy thing is like he did live on the pig farm, and also he's not American. So you guys, like, he looks like hillbilly.
So before I done any, that was weird. Everything just glitched, but we're back. Before I done any diving into this, any investigation whatsoever, I looked at a photograph of Robert Pickton. And the first thing I said was, well, he's from somewhere in bumfuck nowhere, southern USA states, somewhere hidden deep down in the Bible Belt, and he's taking people to his pig farm. And then I Googled, I was like, oh no, he's from Canada. He's from Quebec, Canada. Quebec's quite a nice city. Like this does.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I was like, I'm intrigued now because it doesn't make sense to me. He doesn't look like he comes from Quebec, Canada. Like
you thought he was my neighbor. You were like, that's Heather's neighbor. Like, I'm pretty positive Heather's talked shit about him so many times.
Yeah, he's Dharma Light.
Well, poor Dahmer Light. Dahmer Light ain't bothered nobody. He younger too, but my other neighbor, like, he might have been on that pig farm.
Like most serial killers, Robert Pickton didn't have the best of upbringing. He had an abusive father. He had a mother who kind of worked him to the bone. She was very much like, you need to be out working on the farm, which meant his school work suffered. Like, he didn't get to wash very often. And he was nicknamed Stinky Piggy by all of his schoolmates.
Why? The irony. But, like, why?
Yeah,
come up with a better nickname than that. Like, call him like fucking pig fucker or something. Like, not
100%. The nickname, if he was at my school, would have been Piggy Pickton.
Yeah, like at least make it clever. Also, like, there's no excuse for saying, "Oh, you didn't bathe regularly because you had to work," but like, you could still take a bath. You can still wash your booty. Come on, wash your ass.
His father was an awful, awful man. So he beat him a lot. And one of the things he'd done, so Robert Pickton adopted a calf that the mother had rejected. And he hand-fed it. Oh, it's awful. He hand-fed this calf and he looked after it and he cared for it and he got it to a certain age. And then when he came home from school one day, his dad went, come out and see what's in the barn. And his dad had killed, skinned and hung this calf that he had cared for, as a lesson to show him that everything dies, which is just fucking awful.
It's not a lesson. I really feel like that was a pivotal moment in Robert's life where the conscience of doing something bad kind of went out the window, because like his dad probably helped create a serial killer.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
It's very much a moment where he's like, oh, life doesn't matter. That's what he done with that. That was
exactly by doing it to his like pet calf, like calf. Look, Mark, calf. I already fucking can hear it now. It was the wolf thing. You better not fucking don't say shit about it. Anyways, I can't talk. I'm from the South. Anyways, it's really sad. I don't like cows. Let me just say cow. I don't really like any animals that much. Like, I'm not an animal person, but like I legit would feel heartbroken. Like, I don't hate animals. I just don't want one. So it's like, I feel awful for that kid.
Yeah, we've got lots of animals in this house. Yeah. Now I say lots. Yeah. We have a dog and we have a parrot. We've got all the menagerie of animals. If Lisa could, we would have everything. Like Lisa's dream. Yeah, Lisa's dream is to have a farm. Like, that's her dream.
You know what? That's fine. If like, I guess, no, it is fine. Like, if you like animals and you want to farm, that's totally fine. Don't let her get pigs. And also just don't let like all the chickens live in your house, like hoarders. Right. And then you're fine.
Exactly that. Robert Pickton dropped out of school, which is no surprise. He didn't graduate. He went on to be a meat cutter for a slaughterhouse, and he worked there for 6 or 7 years, and he was a cutter. So he was the one that hung and then chopped the meat up ready for sale to the butchers. When he stopped there, he went and he worked on the family farm full time. And he'd done that for a long time. In the late 70s, the Pickton brothers, because Robert's got a brother as well, inherited the farm and everything that went with it after their dad died. His mum died when they were younger, but we'll talk about that later, because I think she fucked him up. He's got mummy issues.
He does. I mean, do we want to discuss how she died? Like,
I don't actually know. She died of cancer. I don't actually.
Yeah, because it came from his mouth. There's not a lot about her at all. Actually, there's not a lot about really either parent. I mean, obviously the father a tad more because he was abusive, but his mom, and I've like lost her name in my brain. But anyway, she died of cancer. And then of course his father died. He was 77. His dad died of just old age. But this came from Robert Pickton doing an interview. And literally it was sort of like, he was very nonchalant, like, yep, my mom died of cancer. Can't believe it. That's literally what he said. Can't believe it. Like, what do you mean? What?
Yeah. He's weird. He seems to be very unemotional across the board. Like, I've seen quite 100%. A few interviews with him, and he's like, they're like, so you done this to this person? He's like, yeah, I done that.
No, he's just very like monotone and has like monotone in the sense of like he just doesn't have almost any emotion really. Like he did laugh and do other stuff because I have some stuff to talk about on that. Some jokes they're not jokes, but anyway.
No.
But yeah, he was just monotone and I think not remorseful for anything he did.
When you're talking jokes, I'm assuming you're talking the pigskin belt with the attachment. Yeah,
with
we'll talk about it
pig's
later.
penis. Yeah.
Yeah. He's not a funny guy. He would have been knocked the fuck out without a shadow.
I would have knocked him out like fucking Smokey did. What is it, Friday? I've been like, you got knocked the fuck out. Like, get
exactly.
Out of here. That shit.
After the parents died, the brothers sold the farm, or sold a portion of the farm. They sold like 16, 17 acres and become millionaires overnight.
Yeah.
Now, what they'd done with their millions was they used to host parties on the farm. And when I say a party, we're talking like a full rave. You know when you see rages and raves in movies? Like that. You're talking 2,000 people plus packed into a farm with DJs, live bands, drugs, drink, women, like everything you could possibly imagine at these parties. They had politicians, they had business people, they had Hell's Angels who'd frequent the event, college students, basically anyone who wanted to party could go to Robert Pickton's farm for a party. They run these for years and they were sued by the Canadian government. So the government couldn't shut them down. So what they'd done is they sued them and said, look, you're not using the buildings for what they're permitted for. They're permitted for agriculture and you're using them to host events.
Yeah.
Instead of stopping, what they've done is they then registered a charity in 1996. Man, this charity name, the Piggy Palace Good Time Society.
I just thought it was a fucking Looney Tune cartoon. I was like, this is, first of all, these parties that he threw, it's like, kind of like if you've seen Blade, it's like giving me those vibes, but no vampires, right? No daywalkers.
No vampires, more pigs and more manure.
That dude, Robert Pickton, looked like the fucking biggest nerd, right? So you're thinking like he's throwing these parties and they're so elaborate and there's like politicians are there, but I'm like, I couldn't really find a whole lot about these parties. So like, is this like, he did throw them, but like, why did we can't get the tea? I didn't get the tea on all these parties.
No, so everything I read, there was very much if you went to a Pickton party, you were sworn to secrecy.
Oh, that's why. Like Diddy.
Yeah, these were like Diddy parties on a farm.
Yeah. Diddy parties, Canadian style.
Diddy farm. Maybe Diddy went. They were in the 90s.
I don't know. That's going to be another thing that we'll talk about at some point because I've seen screenshots of him like in jail, I guess. And I'm just like, he looked like he's just having a nice day. He's fine.
He's fine. They've given him his baby oil. He's the most popular guy on the cell block. Everyone loves him.
He is. You know that he's getting treated like royalty, probably. Like
exactly that.
Anyway.
The charity had to be disbanded in 1997 as they failed to file any taxes and prove that they were actually a charity. Because what they said is that they're like, we're a charity. We're doing this for good causes. And the government went, can you show us the money you've raised? They went, no, we can't.
No, we bought all these glow sticks. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's where their budget was.
Yeah, we bought glow sticks and cocaine and meth. And like, we've got all this shit. But yeah, no receipts, I'm afraid.
Yeah, crazy.
They were weird. Like, his brother is less weird of the two. Like, his brother, everything I've read about the parties, his brother was the one who was more of the social butterfly and like welcoming everyone and almost the center of attention. And Robert Pickton was stood in the shadows, like rubbing himself like some creepy little weirdo.
It's like giving Ed Gein vibes. Like, this is me. But then I'm like, have you seen the series? I'm not wasting my fucking time watching that shit. Charlie Hunnam is so gosh damn hot. And I cannot see him as Gein. When I watch it, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, Ryan Murphy. Why did you do this bullshit?
What Ryan Murphy's done is he's gone, do you know serial killers? Lots of women like serial killers and they like hearing about serial killers. Do you know what else? Women like hot men. So I'm going to take a serial killer and make him fuckable. And then everyone's going to watch it. That's exactly what he does every time.
Look, they made Dahmer hot. Though I will say this. I did like that series. That one was not that bad. I know it got a lot of like bullshit, but the Menendez brothers. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. They were sexy and slick. And I'm just like, and then the Ed Gein thing, like all the reels I've been seeing of them making fun of like his acting, because he's like, mama, and I'm like, bro, he was Sons of Anarchy. Y'all get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
He beat up Ed Gein. Like, no. Anyway.
During this time, like from the 70s into the early 2000s, there was an epidemic of women or working girls going missing from the downtown area. And it took them so long to link Robert Pickton to this. And Robert Pickton was taking 99% of these girls because he is a creepy little weirdo. It was actually 1997 before Canadian police went, there's lots of parties and drug use there. Since they started that, there's lots of women disappearing. Maybe it took them so long to put the two together. And like me and you watched the same documentary, and there was one beat cop that from the second or third disappearance had been going to superiors going, like there's something happening. They're like,
he knew.
He did. And they just ignored him.
Because he ignored. Okay, so they were ignored because we're gonna call them sex workers, because I just think it's a little more like, I'm not trying to be PC, but like I'm trying to not be like bashing anyone that does that profession, right? And this is also 2025. But anyway, they did not care about these women because they were in that line of work and they did drugs. And this is the sad thing. Probably most of the families, from what we know, didn't even care. Where were they at? They didn't know. So guess what? The cops were like, no, that's just Sheila. Like, we've arrested her 26 times. They didn't take it important. And that's really sad that they still didn't take it serious. Could have saved some lives. Dumbasses.
Yeah, they really could have. There's one. So Robert Pickton was actually charged with attempted murder. There's a lady called Wendy Eistetter.
Yeah,
Wendy
and you're talking about Stitch?
Yeah,
her nickname Stitch.
I'll just call her Stitch. That's easier, surely.
Yeah, that's easier.
So she was taken to the farm, and she was handcuffed by Robert Pickton. She was then cut multiple times before she fought back, and she stabbed him with his own knife and got away. She reported it to the police, and police knew it happened because Robert Pickton went to get medical treatment for the stab wound
at the same hospital.
At the same hospital. Police didn't pursue it because she was a drug addict, and her testimony 100%. Would be unreliable, and it would be almost impossible for them to get a conviction. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, he got so the charges were going to be attempted murder among 3 other charges, which I would probably kidnapping, something like that. But one of the orderlies that was brought him in, I guess, like Pickton's like, oh, I'm injured. And so they found the handcuff keys on him. That's how they were like, you fucking did this to this woman. And then even then, they didn't do anything about it. Just like you said, the cop was like, I mean, Stitch is a drinker, a druggist. Like, we're not going to worry about it. And it's just like, he was going to kill her. Luckily, I'm glad she stabbed him a few times. And she at least fought back and tried to fight for her life. And luckily, she didn't lose her life. But still, y'all didn't do anything. You just sent him home. What?
Yeah, that to me is mind-bending. And also the fact that she's in all of the documentaries that I've seen.
Yeah,
and she, even now, she's suffering from the years and years and she's suffering
PTSD. I feel horrible for her because, regardless of her lifestyle, regardless of her choices, she's so a human, and they should have prosecuted him to some degree. If they would have done that, it could have helped save lives. This is the whole issue with the judicial system in itself. Quit letting people out on parole. Get rid of it. Get rid of bail. Get rid of all of
it. But the police weren't just bad here. They were bad continuously. Yeah. In 1998, they got many reports to go and investigate Robert Pickton in connection to missing women, because the working girls, or the sex workers, or whatever you want to call them, they had put 2 and 2 together, and they were telling police, and police were like, nah, we're not going to listen to you. In 1999, they got a tip on their tip line while they were trying to solve these missing girls that Robert Pickton had a freezer of human remains, and they didn't investigate it. They just went, "Nah, we don't believe you." And
That's
then
crazy.
it's so bad that in 2004 they had to issue a warning. So they'd arrested him at this point, and they were about to go to trial, and they issued a warning to the public who may have bought meat from Pickton's farm
That's so
that
gross, y'all.
any mincemeat may have contained human meat. Like, how could you get it that wrong that much?
I don't know, but like, and now the only thing is, I'm not trying to be like weird or anything, but like, what if human meat is delicious? Like, I don't know. Like, I've never eaten anyone, but like at the same time, they like, how would you know if you ate someone's ass? Like, how do you know?
I've always said a desert island scenario. It's the end, or you eat someone. I'm going to be chowing down on a human leg. Like,
I mean, I don't want to like eat their foot, right? Because it's bony, or like your hands, or like
but
your
like the
elbow.
thigh that's got a
thigh
good
or
bit
your
of
butt
fat.
cheek.
Yeah, good bit of fat that will render out.
I don't know, man.
Get
I
some
don't want to ever
paprika
be on
there.
that. I just don't want to be in that situation. Actually, that'll probably never that will never happen to me because I don't like camping. I don't like isolation like that, and I'm not going to be on a fucking island because I'm not getting on a cruise ship. Because have y'all seen Titanic? It wasn't a cruise ship, but like, bitch, boats be going down. No, so I'm good. I won't have to eat anybody. I don't think ever.
No, I don't think I will, but I'm comfortable in the knowledge that put in that situation,
You would.
I would. Yeah, I would. Call in. Like, would you eat someone stuck in that position?
Yeah, let's do that. Would you eat someone if you were in a life or death situation? Correct. Have you ever seen the film called Alive about the?
Yes.
What was it? The hockey? Was it no?
Yeah. No.
Were they hockey players?
Yeah, they crash, don't they, in the mountains?
They crashed,
in the snow.
And they had to like. This was a true story. Like, and they had to like. They ate one of their pals' booty cheek, but they had to. But then I think almost all of them survived. Not all of them, but like a good bit of them survived. That's a good movie, but it's. Ugh.
Yeah, it's not nice. But yeah, call in. Would you eat someone? And if so, which piece would you choose?
Yes. Don't DM me. Just call in.
Just call in. Before we roll into our ad break, I think we need to get a tip for the month from you, Heather.
Okay.
So what is your tip this month?
All right. So I thought about this because of the just the nature of the case. I want everybody to really think about strangers, right? When you meet someone, and to always use caution when meeting someone. If you have a bad feeling, you know how you get that gut feeling and you're like, you know what, vibes are off. Please, people, use that gut feeling. Even if you're wrong in the end, it's better to have used that feeling and like did that judgment than end up in somebody's fucking freezer or end up in the back of a car. So that's my tip of the month is basically like, keep your eyes open, pay attention, be cautious because strangers, they can be dangerous. So keep your fucking eyes open, okay? I love you, all of you. Kind of, maybe not all of you, but some of you.
Nearly all of you.
Nearly.
This month we have decided to advertise two of the longest serving members in the You Run podcast network, and those members are the Dewey Pod Monster podcast, who are a horror movie podcast who focus on movies that the rest of us don't cover. They do some wild stuff over there and you need to go and listen to them. And the other one is Movies for Days. Movies for Days is another awesome movie podcast that genre jumps all over the place but always covers absolute bangers. And the reason we wanted to recognise them is because they do more than just be a member of the network. They are constantly promoting and advertising everyone else in the network as well. They have been here since the very, very beginning. They were two of our very first members. And the hosts of these shows have become friends to us as well. And I really, really like them and I really, really want to support them. And I want you to do that as well. So go and check out the Dewey Pod Monster podcast and Movies for Days because all of the guys are fucking awesome. Their shows are great and you're going to have a whale of a time listening to them. So go and do that. But finish listening to us first because we're going back to the show.
I love that you do that. Like, it's so candid. It's like, we're not rich. We don't really it's not like we have ads on our show like that, right? Because y'all hit us up. Like, give us
Yeah.
something to do, right? But like Scott's so good at it. He's so candid and cheeky. He's like,
I try my best. Make sure you follow Heather's tip of the month. Also go and
yes.
to yourunpodcast.com. Go and support not just those two network members, but there is 19 shows there. Go and literally pick one of the icons, click on it. You've
We
got
have
a
a
whole
lot.
host. Yeah, we've got loads on there, loads to keep you entertained. Make sure you follow us on social media. We're at You Run Podcast, absolutely everywhere. If you want to follow Heather, she is on Instagram. She is at Wednesday Wine and Horror. She will vet you. Unlike us, I'll let anyone follow us. Heather will vet the shit out of you. And if you're weird or you're creepy, she's going to say no.
I've gotten so many. It's so crazy, right? Because I'm not really a big social media presence anymore since like having babies and like my life is, you know how my life is, Scott.
Yeah.
You're one of the very few that knows like the real Heather behind the scenes. So it's like, I get all these requests and I'm like, not requests. They just follow me. I'm like, who the fuck is this? I don't even posted anything horror related in like 2 million years, but I don't mind you follow me. Actually, you can just follow me. But I can choose to not follow you back or block you if you're like have 14 followers and then you say your name is like some weird shit and then it's like a dude shirtless. Don't do that. I'm not stupid and you're not going to scam me.
Yeah, not unless you look like Charlie Hunnam and you've got loads of pictures you can send Heather. Then you still won't scam her, but she will take the pictures off of you.
I was like, put them on my wall. No, I can't. We're not going to get into the Ed. Like, I'm not even wasting my time watching that series. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do it.
No,
Nope.
I watched it. It drove me up the wall.
Yeah.
If you want to really support us, the best way to do that is go to patreon.com/You Run Podcast. On there, you've got access to a whole host of additional features. You've got a completely brand new show of true crime, which is True Crime Extra. You also get all the stuff for horror movie review. You get extra true crime episodes, of which I recorded one earlier today, which is just me talking about a really cool find that I found in a shop, which is lots and lots of true crime stuff. So there's so much on there, and you even get a free tier where if you join on the free tier, you still get one episode a week for absolutely nothing. So patreon.com/You Run Podcast. That's the best way to support the show.
Sounds pretty good. It sounds like my co-host is doing his own shit without me. So whatever. I'm just kidding. I'll do some extra stuff. Tell me if you need it and be like, Heather, I need you to do a cheeky little video. I'll be like, I'll do it.
You'll like that video because I found something. I found a certain box set of like true crime documentaries in the shop, and it was all. And I was like,
"Oh, that's pretty cool."
Yeah, so I got it, and then I went through it. I'm like, we've covered that one, and we've covered that one. And we've covered that one.
Yeah, we've done a lot of famous ones.
Yeah, there's loads of cool stuff on there. Also, make sure you call into the show. We've said it a couple of times. It's really easy.
Yes,
please. Not Facebook, Instagram or X. Go to send us a message, so a direct message. In there, push and hold the microphone button at the bottom and speak. We can then take that audio and put it straight here onto the show. You can also record a TikTok and tag us, and we can also add that onto the show as well. Let's get into the nitty gritty, the bit that everybody likes to hear about, and the bit that I hate talking about the most, the actual murders of, firstly, the full details are unknown, which is really, really good because I don't really want to go into details of what happened on the pig farm. Long and short of it, he would go cruising in his dirty, horrible pickup truck that probably smelt bad too. He would pick up a prostitute and he would basically say, look, will you come back to the farm? It's a nice location. I've got drugs. I've got drink. I've kind of got whatever you want. It is rumored that one of his things he would ask them to do when they got back was perform sex acts with the pigs.
Girl,
just know.
I know this already, and I think people watching are like, oh, you didn't know that? Bitch, yes, I knew that, but that's like my expression for everything. I call everybody a fucking girl because that means I'm really fucking appalled. It's like, bitch, girl, no.
Yeah, just awful. Like, and let's be honest, I've not found a single account where any of the women he took back have gone, do you know what? I've always wanted to suck off a pig. Brilliant, let's do it. They all said no.
Well, let me add something. So this is, I'm ranting. Anyways, so a pig's genitalia is the closest to humans. So like a woman pig, a female pig would mimic,
Yeah, yeah. So what we're saying is Robert Pickton was the pig fucker.
I mean, that would not shock me if we
No.
felt even like if we. Of course, that is not information that we don't like come at us or sue us or something crazy. But like, we're not saying that. We're saying that he probably did. He probably did.
Yeah, and if he did, it wouldn't surprise me either. When all of the women refused to fillet the pig, he would handcuff them. He would then torture them. He would sexually assault them. He would then strangle them, dismember them, feed them to the pigs, and rumored to have cut some of the good bits of meat up and sell them in his farm shop, which is
That's
just
crazy. It's just
awful.
so nuts. Anyway,
It's Dexter levels of fucking insanity, the shit he done. Like, if you told me if you told me someone had killed someone like that and it was in this new scary horror movie, I'd be like, that movie sounds cool as shit. But when this is real, that's just like what those girls went through must have been just horrific.
well, yeah, because they're thinking like, oh, I'm just gonna go like get some alcohol, like some drugs, and they'll get their fix, and they might have to perform sexual acts on someone that's very unsavory. But I mean, this is no disrespect, but they do that anyways, right? Because they are in addiction. Sorry, I couldn't talk. So they're used to it. They're not looking at someone going, oh, he doesn't look like Charlie Hunnam, so I don't think so. No, they don't give a fuck, because it's like you're getting free drugs, but then they lose their fucking life because this dude is beyond a sadist. Oh, I bet. Oh man, I don't even want to think about his privates. I know when he took them drawers down, I would have fainted.
Awful. It was a long build up to his capture as well. So in 2002, the police managed to get a search warrant, and that's because they had a report that there was illegal firearms on the property. And all they needed was a report to go and search. So they went and searched, and they arrested both brothers after they found illegal firearms. They were interviewed over a 2-day period, and they were released. After they were released, they knew the brother the brother was not a person of interest at all. Robert Pickton, they put him under surveillance. Now, during the search, so when they had them in custody and they were searching for the illegal firearms, they obtained a second warrant, and they obtained a second warrant for the missing women. Now, officially, they obtained this warrant before they found anything that would say for definite that there was a link. In reality, and from what I've read and from what I've heard, long and short of it, they found some personal items of women who had gone missing, and they didn't touch them. Then they called in and said, we need a warrant, please.
Yeah, I know one of the was it Stitch? It might have been Stitch Stitch who actually found like a bra or negligee, lingerie, like found some kind of underwear stuff in his truck and was like, what the fuck is this? Oh, it's from a date I had the night before. That's like what came from her mouth, what she said in the documentary when they were interviewing her. So he was just like, oh yeah, it's from my date, but like that was it. She didn't ask any questions because that was it.
Yeah, and there's a pattern of this, of like people who went to his farm who just didn't knew something wasn't right, but they were getting what they needed, so they didn't really care what was happening elsewhere. If they didn't see it and it didn't bother them, like they knew something was up, but it's okay. He's nice to me. He gives me my drugs. He gives me my drink. He lets me crash here. Like, he can do what the fuck he wants over in the barn. I don't really care.
I think they just turned a blind eye to it, because when you're in the throes of addiction, which I have never been, but I can understand because of the content I've viewed on addiction and programs like that, I can understand where they'd be like, they're not even in real reality. It's just like they're living to just get high, and they're not going to pay attention to the fact that he did this or that. I don't even think they were quite aware of everything that went on.
No, I don't think they were either. And there's an old saying, I use it quite a lot at work. Not my circus, not my monkeys.
That's true. I mean, they were. Well, this case in particular, it sucks that was like kind of the concept of what happened. But also, again, you can't blame them because they were in addiction, and like they weren't in their right mind 100% of the time anyways.
No, they weren't. February 22nd of 2002, Robert was arrested and charged with the murders of Serena Abbotswaite and Mona Wilson. On the 2nd of April, 3 more murder charges: Jacqueline McDonald, Diane Rock, and Heather Bottomley. Then on the 20th of September, 4 more charges: Georgina Papin, Patricia Johnson, Helen Hallmark, and Jennifer Firminger. Another 4 in October, which was Heather Sink, Tanya Hoyk, Sherry Irvin, and Inga Hall. On the 26th of May 2015, so this is 3 years later, 12 more murder charges were added, which is Cara Ellis, Andrea Bohaven, Deborah Jones, Maureen Fay, Tiffany Drew, Kerry Koski, Sarah D. Vines, Cynthia Fleeks, Angela Jardine, Wendy Crawford, Diana Melnick, and Jane Doe. A total of 25 murder charges were brought against Robert Pickton. The investigation on the farm took place kind of until late 2004. So they were 2 years the police were on this farm searching it. It cost the Canadian government $70 million to excavate his farm.
Well, it was big too. And I know they found mainly it was like the DNA evidence. So I'm sure you have to go through all that testing. Like there's a lab, and like it's very costly to do any of that stuff. Have you ever gotten just blood work done? Nobody pays for it. You got to pay out of pocket. So like that makes sense. And it was such a long investigation. I think his farm was like 13, 16 acres. It was big. So
it was huge. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of work went into it. Over 80 DNA samples were discovered on the farm that did not belong to Robert or to his brother. And they had to go through them and go, which ones are DNA samples from when someone's been a little bit fruity at a party, and are they still alive? And then try and track down all of the DNA samples that they found. Police also recovered night vision goggles, Spanish fly aphrodisiac, which is bullshit. That shit don't work. Blue liquid in a syringe, believed to be windscreen washer fluid, and a revolver with a dildo over the barrel. Thoughts? Why?
I was trying to drink my iced coffee like a basic bitch that I am. Look. No kink. I ain't gonna kink shame. I mean, like this guy's a piece of shit. But like, if you like to stick things in your private holes, you better be careful. Don't be sticking shit up there that like y'all got to be careful sticking stuff in your booty holes and your toot holes and your giny hole. Like, stop, because some shit ain't supposed to go up there.
A revolver being one of them.
You don't put a gun up there. Like maybe if you want to get like a plastic gun, because you ain't really gonna shoot off. But like that's weird shaped. Like, first of all, just don't be putting foreign objects in your vajangas, okay? Like, use your sex toys if you want. That's on you, honey child. You want to do that, but guess what? Fingers and penises. That's what you. That's. Come on.
My auntie for years worked for the National Health Service in the UK. She worked in A&E. The women used to have, or the nurses used to have, a scorecard that they played throughout the year for the weirdest objects removed from vaginas and rectums. And then at the end of the year, they used to like get a prize if you scored the most points. She's pulled all sorts of weird and wonderful action figures up arses is a real common thing in A&E.
Y'all, action figures are usually like, how you getting that up your booty hole? Look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's real personal. Ain't nothing going up my asshole. Ouch. I don't even want to have to stick. I had it like when I was pregnant. You have to. Sometimes women you get constipated and stuff. That little, I was like, I can't do it. Somebody stick it up there. I can't do it. I can't do it. Ouch. So why are y'all sticking action figures? I read a story about a guy that sat on a glass jar. Like, and it got stuck up, like a mason jar is what we call them. You know what I'm talking about? It cracked open in his like, no, I'm serious. Like, he sat on it and it broke. So he had internal bleeding. He did survive, but like, why are you trying to mount a mason jar? People are fucking nuts.
Yeah.
It's true. Like, he did it. And I just remember being like, I can barely put a suppository up my ass. So more power if you can stick a whole fucking Spider-Man up there. Don't do that. Please. You guys don't. Stop.
Just don't do that. At trial, it was revealed what the windscreen washer fluid was for. Robert Pickton had found out that it was a really easy and quick way to kill a heroin addict. So he'd put washer fluid in a syringe and give it to them in the lighting in the barn, because they've got like those really orange sodium style lights. Like you can't see that it's blue. It looks brown, and they just inject it, which again is horrific. The trial of this, there was something really strange, and I'm putting it down to bad police work and bad prosecution. He was charged with first-degree murder for 6 murders, and the others were going to be pending cases that followed on afterwards. He got found innocent of first-degree murder for all 6, and instead got found guilty of second-degree murder for 6 people. I don't understand what jury managed to, like, just given the information that we've given now, if you gave that to me as a jury member, I'd be like, so he lured them to the farm, he used drink and drugs, he then done horrific things to them, killed them, cut them up, and fed them to pigs. 100%, he is guilty of first-degree murder. It's not even a debate.
Intentional. It's intentional. And see, that's how they differentiate between your first degree, second degree, third degree, and then you have manslaughter and so on. So like first degree is with intent. So like if you came up and you know, obviously you just went and shot somebody in the face because you're like, I'm going to shoot them. And then second degree, I can't really remember verbiage wise what the difference is, but there's more of one where it's like, oh, I was in strangling her in a sexual act, but then she died accidentally, and that could be considered second degree down, right? Anything. But yeah, like he intentionally did this. I don't know if the jury, I feel like I can't say words right. Maybe they were eating too much bacon. Maybe they were like smelling pigs. What the fuck's wrong with y'all? I don't know. Come on, Canada, get your shit together.
I really don't get it. And also during the trial, they had a witness come forward who testified, Lynn Ellingson. She claimed she'd seen Robert Pickton take or hang a person and skin them. And when she was questioned why she didn't come forward earlier, she said that she was scared and she was fearing for her life, and which I fully understand. However, she was also a drug addict and knew she had Robert Pickton over a fucking barrel and had used this to blackmail him multiple times. I know you've done this. I'm going to tell the police unless you do X, Y, and Z. And because of that, her testimony was pretty much thrown out. And I don't know whether it should have been or not, because it's still, whether she used it herself for nefarious purposes, what she saw is fact. And the fact she's been able to blackmail him with it for 5 or 6 occasions over a 5-year period just confirms that that is true, because otherwise he wouldn't have given her shit.
I think that the fact that she saw some woman being skinned alive, or I'm not sure if she was alive at the time, but you know what I mean? That should have been used to some credibility in the case, because it makes no sense to be like, you know what? You saw that. We're going to throw it out because we think you're a little shithead that just likes to start shit, or you're pissed off at him and it's a vendetta. No, we ain't got time for that. You guys, like, she saw what she saw, and that's it. Like, she saw a woman, like Terrifier style. Okay. Like, this is some fucked up shit. I don't know why they would not use that. That makes no sense at all.
No, it makes no sense to me. And like, I kind of understand it from her perspective as well. She is a person who's deep into drug addiction. For her at the time, fully in a drug addiction, seeing Robert Pickton do this and knowing that he's got loads of money and loads of resources, there is a fear element there. But there's also I can use this to get what I need. So I don't need to have sex with him anymore. I don't need to touch his nasty, unwashed, smelly penis no more. I can just go, remember that girl you hung? Yeah, like, I'll have an 8-ball, please. Like, that's where she was. And I understand why she done what she did.
Yeah, but it doesn't make it right. Like, 2 wrongs don't make a right, right? You know what I'm saying? Right. Like that old, I'm 42, y'all. I'm old. So I say old people shit now like that. God damn, the weather, my knees hurt. Like, I'm not even joking. It's like, I have young children that are babies, right? But then I'm over here saying shit like, we sure could use some rain. We sure could. I'm like, what the fuck am I turning into? I'm a recluse who never leaves their house. And then I complain about the weather. But anyways, just
My
saying.
back hurting. I think there's a storm coming. My lower back, it really hurts. The rain's coming
That
now.
shit's true. Like when your knees hurt and shit, like especially in the South, people will be like, "Oh, my knees are hurting," like your grandma or your mama or whatever you want to call her. But our weather sucks here. I'm wearing like a sweater kind of shirt. It's like kind of a sweatshirt, but it's in the lower mid 60s today Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
It's not bad though. It's okay. It's like very tolerable where you hear the breeze hits you and you're like, oh, fuck. You feel like Ed Gein. Like that. Not really, but anyways, it's nice. So our weather's finally cooling down is where I'm getting at. But anyway.
Yeah, because in the summer there, it's like Satan doesn't go there in the summer.
Can easily get over 100 Fahrenheit, which I know you're Celsius, so you're always confusing me. I'm not Bill Nye the fucking science guy. I have no idea what you're saying. Tell me an F, okay, not C. And so I'm like, oh, it's this, and you're like, oh, it's 6 Celsius, and I'm like, bitch, what does that mean? What's that mean? Tell me 2 numbers.
It's not my fault. The Americans refuse to use anything, but like Americans will measure anything, like in any sort of system, barring metric. It would be like
it's hard.
It's 11.
Math is hard.
It's 18 donkeys away. It's 18 donkeys in length.
I do have a measuring tape. And you know how I measure? You say that shit and you ain't really wrong. I'd be measuring like this. I'd be like, wait, hold on. Oh, it's about that long. That's gonna fit. My picture gonna fit right there. It's because I'm a woman and like women tend to do that dumb shit where we're like, I'm gonna take like 2 sneakers and see if that's the right size. That's the right size.
So we've got a smaller than standard door. Our front door is narrower than a standard door.
Yeah.
The amount of things that Lisa has bought in the 10 years we've lived here, like sofas, tables, chairs, like all kinds of weird and wonderful things. Oh, I've got this. I managed to pick it up from this guy who's getting rid of it. And I'm like, oh, brilliant. Great, I'll go get it. And then I've spent, I don't know, 6 hours on the front lawn taking it apart to bring it through the house, to put it back. Like even the chair I'm sat in now, this had to be taken apart.
God
to get it in.
Your door must be skinny then. Like it must be very narrow.
You wouldn't get 2 people side by side through my door. Not even.
Oh gosh, you have like a little fucking troll door.
Yeah, it's
hobgoblin.
That's what I have on my little hobbit house.
Love it.
We're doing a thing where we cover the MOs. We kind of discuss it as we go through, but we're making a thing of it so you can go back and just listen to the MO of a certain killer. The MO of this guy, he's just a horrid person. Like that's his MO. He preys on vulnerable people who are either addicted or need money or like the most vulnerable people in society. He lures them with drinks, drugs, money, literally whatever it is they need. He uses that as a lure to take them out of their comfort zone and out of wherever they'd normally take a John to have sex, to go, come back to my farm. We've got drink and drugs and you have a good time and you have a bit of a party. We've got some music. Come back with me. And they do it. When he gets them there, he restrains them. He tortures them in God knows how many different ways. One of his favorites that he's spoken about is he likes to make little cuts. So they're not fatal. They're just hurt. It's awful.
To bring pain, to have that person endure.
He'll sexually assault them. I'm assuming with the revolver dildo, which is just fucking awful.
It's just...
just why? What? At what point in Robert Pickton?
Just use a regular one. I'm not. Don't do that to anyone. But like, why does it need? Is it like the fear out of it? You know what I mean? Like it's a fear.
I think
that's scary. That's scary.
I'd be fucking
terrified. That's not coming near
me.
Oh my god, I hate things in general. Like I would fucking lose my shit, literally.
Yeah, like if someone put a dildo in me that had a revolver on the end of it, I would be very, very compliant. Because I'm gonna do whatever.
Obviously, you're gonna be compliant, but it's like, who thought of that? I don't know. It's like backwoods fucking shit, is what it is.
He would then strangle his victims. He used to vary between using wire or belts or his hands. He wasn't fussed whichever was closest at hands. He would then hang them, bleed them, skin them, cut them up,
It's so gross.
give that to the pigs and sell some of it to the public potentially. Like, how does he sit on like the scale of like? Because let's be honest, a lot of serial killers play on the most vulnerable people.
Yeah,
The
no, for sure.
vulnerable
That's
in society is their goal.
Mm-hmm.
But there are not many killers that do so many different things. Like he does a bit of feeding remains to people and potentially himself. So he's a little bit of a Dharma. He cuts the bodies up and feeds them to a pig like he's a fucking mafia boss. He takes pleasure in like torture and he is one of the worst we've covered for the way he behaves.
He's like a little bit of Geen. He's a little bit of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I know is not true crime, but like if you look at like the farm was fucking disgusting. And the documentary that Scott and I both watched, it looked it's fucking hoarder, probably smelled like asshole. Like it's so disgusting, right? His place was atrocious. Yeah. So Texas Chainsaw vibes. You got the Ed Gein. There's just something about him. And then like, you know, the mom being kind of like the way she was. Now I know she wasn't extreme like Ed Gein's mom was with the I can't even talk, with the spiritual side. And then the like, oh, you can't date women, they're whores. That she didn't do that from what we know, but he had mommy issues to begin with. And then it's like, so you're getting a little combo of all of them. You're getting, I think those are the two most things I see when I look at him. Because he wasn't charming.
Do you think the mummy issues is why he went and got prostitutes, why he went and got sex workers, to have that sort of someone like a female figure? Because I don't get that. I almost feel like he's using them to punish his mum. It's like it's almost like he's punishing these women for his mum dying because he treats them badly.
Okay. So I don't think that he had mommy issues in the way that we're saying mommy issues. I think it was more of a like he hated I don't think that he like had any respect. Obviously, he had no respect. Let me just rewind. He had no respect for women. He was also sadistic. He was a psychopath. Like you're a psychopath. Yeah. First of all, to strangle someone with your hands, that is one of the most intimate and ways to kill someone. And the fact that you take your actual bare hands, it can take upward to 10 minutes to actually like kill someone. So you want to talk about, because like BTK would strangle a lot of times. He would strangle with like pantyhose and stuff like that. But to use your hands, that's on another level. That's like more personal than like a stabbing or something. But anyways, I think that he just did this because he was a fucking psycho. And you don't always have there. Sometimes we don't know the motive, Scott. Sometimes we won't be able to figure out like, oh, it was so-and-so's fault. Well, it's not anybody's fault. Yes, the upbringing can affect your future for anyone, but people come from bad backgrounds, abusive, even very abusive relationships and things. They're not serial killers. They're not hurting others. So you can't, it's just, it's not the rule, it's the exception, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like so.
Yeah, and what makes this one even more insane to me is he's a fucking millionaire. He sold a land. His brothers have got millions. They don't need to work ever again. He's in a position where he could get himself a nice apartment, get himself some nice clothes, like have a wash. Well,
just like get off the farm. Like you don't have to be like a pig farmer or live on a farm if you don't want to.
He could have gone the other route. Like if he likes having escorts, like he could have got himself the highest class of $1,000 an hour escort, and he could afford that. And I just don't understand the fact he had everything at his fingertips, but still chose to go down the route he went down. It's more insane to me. Like, obviously, he's a lunatic and he's a horrible person.
Yeah.
But even in that situation, if you are a disgusting, horrible, vile person, you've got such an easy out. It's not like he was stuck in this situation and he couldn't get out and he was stuck in this vicious loop because he had fucking $3.5 million sat in the bank. He could have fucked off and gone and lived on an island.
Yeah.
Like, he had so many ways to get out of this and he just didn't because he didn't want to.
No, he just had control. Like he was able to control, and he controlled by giving these people what they needed and giving them money for their drug addiction, giving them parties, alcohol, and in return, he got the satisfaction of killing them, because I think he was more of a process killer, which is like he enjoyed the process, not the product. He wanted the process of it. He was like, I'm enjoying the steps, because he butchered them.
Yeah.
He didn't just kill them and that was it. This was a whole game plan. This was a whole, like, from start to finish, these are all the steps I'm going to do. It's a process that got him excited. And that's what I think.
It's awful. Well, I'm going to let you round this one up where you are with Mr. Pickton, and then I'm going to round it up, and then we're going to mosey on out of here.
Okay. So my take on I'm not calling him Mr. Pickton, that pig fucker. Basically
Allegedly.
Allegedly. No, he probably did. But anyways, my whole take on him is just that may he rest in hell, because he is currently not alive. He was killed in prison by another inmate that stabbed him in the actual fucking head with a broomstick that he sharpened. He got stabbed in the fucking head, and he's dead. He died.
It was,
he's gone.
Martin Charest. Martin Charest. And he
forgot to do his name, but yes.
And when he was questioned as to why he done it, he said he done it for the victims because the Canadian police failed miserably.
Yep. So it's one of those things too where you're like, well, that person was already in jail. I don't think I read why he was in jail already. Doesn't matter. You're already in jail. He's in that type of prison. He's not getting out of prison. So what's one more charge? It wasn't going to, like, what are they going to do? Like, he's going to stay in jail regardless, but it's almost like he was a avenging angel or something, because he, like, took vengeance in his own hands, which guys don't do that. But, like, at the same time, he did what he did. And so I have nothing. I don't really have much more to say on Pickton, because I mean, like, he's disgusting, or he was a disgusting man, and may he rest in hell, burn.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm kind of with you. I mean, this case is like Texas Chainsaw Massacre levels awful. The things that these women would have had to endure before they died, I'm glad there's not a lot of details, because honestly, it would have been awful. Like you, like, I do not condone murder. However, Martin Charest done a public service as far as I'm concerned, and that may be. I mean,
this is the thing. Also, Robert was like 74. He was going to die in jail anyways.
Yeah.
If he didn't get killed, which he did, he would have died. He wasn't going to, like, he was already 74.
Yeah, he was. And, like, the police failed here. Like, Martin Charest, when he killed him, was right. The police did fail. Multiple ignored reports. Not a single sniffer dog ever went to Pickton's farms. They
just didn't do anything. That's like Cliff Notes. They did nothing. They didn't take any of this serious until it was too late, and you have multiple victims because of negligence of saying, "Oh, she's a sex worker. You know what? She sucks dick, and, like, for drugs, and, like, we don't care." But you know what? Okay. Aside from that, let's be a human. She's a human. There's a person missing. Somebody cared enough about that person. It could be their daughter, their mother. And actually, his first victim, Stitch, she had children.
Yeah.
And luckily, I mean, she did survive, but still, like, she had children. And so it's like, do you not think about that kind of stuff? Like, no, why would you not? And it's just because she's lower class that you're not going to do anything?
Yeah, it is terrible.
It's awful.
Even the Canadian Canine Division criticised their own police force. Like, one of the guys who runs the Canine Division, he's like, I don't understand. They searched that farm for 2 years, and not once did they call in the sniffer dogs to search for human remains.
It wouldn't have been searching it for no 2 years. It would have been done within, like, a week or something. Those dogs would have.
Oh, yeah, the dogs would have taken them straight to it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't need 2 years to search that fucking shit. You don't need 2 years to do it.
And it wouldn't have cost $70 million had they brought the sniffer dogs in. They failed to prosecute on any of the charges apart from the 6 that were second-degree murder. Like, I don't think they got justice for the other victims who we know he killed them. There was no trial for them. They done such a shit job that the Vancouver Police Department issued an apology So I'm going to end my roundup of this with the words of Deputy Chief Constable Doug Leopard. I wish from the bottom of my heart that we could have caught him sooner. I wish that the several agencies involved, that we have done better in so many ways. I wish all of the mistakes that were made we could undo. And I wish that more lives had been saved. So on my behalf and behalf of the Vancouver Police Department and the men and women who worked on this investigation, I would like to say to the families how sorry we are for your losses because we did not catch this monster sooner.
I mean, wish, wish, wish. Life is not motivated by wish, wish, wish. You could have done the work. The end. You could stop wishing away. You're not Jiminy fucking Cricket. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, terrible. But
anyway.
Well, that's it for another episode of True Crime. We're going to be back in a month, unless you're with us on Patreon, in which case we're going to be back in about 3 weeks with True Crime Extra. Heather, send us away.
All right, guys. We appreciate you listening today, for always, forever. Please join our Patreon if you want us to do like some more fun stuff. If there's a case that you're like, I've been itching to hear about this case and we haven't done it, of course, send us a DM, send me a DM, send us a voice message. But guys, in the meantime, I want you to stay safe, stay spooky, and we'll see you next time. Love you, bitches. Bye.
Bye.
Ain't no fictional fright, it's real life horror taking flight from twisted motives and broken laws. It's the You Run podcast, bringing